Okay, let's try this again. So now that I've got my portrait working, now I can't seem to get it the right way. Oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? Let's have a look. Let me get rid of that one. Hello, is everybody here watching me struggle? Oh my goodness, it's the right way up. I just did it. I think I did it. Oh, so proud of you. Oh, all that stress. There we go. Look at that. Looks perfect. So we were talking about this. Thank you, everybody. You missed my face this morning now because I've deleted that first live. And here I was all prettied up for you ladies. So I was just talking about Saturday coming up, that we have our workshop, first workshop that's actually in a public place. And of course it's limited, and we've been very fortunate. It is sold out. Hi, Judy. And this is what we're going to be doing. So I look forward to seeing you all on Saturday. And I will be sending out a email in the next day or so. We'll be sending out an email in the next day or so telling you what you need to bring, just in terms of a basic toolkit. And I think my sister is looking for me, so I'm just going to let her know that I'm back on live. Oh, I really do need somebody back on. Okay. I really do need a technical person here. Okay, so I'm live. I think you can see me. I think, hello, more people are joining. Judy, you found me. But anyway, Saturday's workshop. Now, some other announcements that I just want to make is, this is the last card kit made with Minte papers by my sister, Dali, who does an amazing, amazing job. And she's already sending me some samples of cards that she's making and send me the papers so I can follow and do it. But this is the last of the Minte papers in terms of a card kit. It is perfect for September because the colors are so rich and they give that slight autumny effect. Okay. So look at this card. How gorgeous is that? So this is the Minte Lady. I think it's Lady. I should have done my homework. It's the Minte paper, but look at the detail and look at the little pearl in her hair. So that is one. Here is the other one. Like I said, this is the last set that we have. Not last set, but the last set of card kits using the Minte papers. But they're absolutely gorgeous. And they've been designed again by Dali. Look at that. And they do come with envelopes. And on my first live this morning, thank you, Judy, got me back. Thank you, Dali. You know what happened, Dali? I was so fortunate. Have such good friends. Royette had reached out to me, and you know Royette, and she had reached out to me and says, here, try some of these suggestions for your iPhone. And she was talking me through it, and she even offered to come over and help. What a sweetheart. And then Paul contacted me this morning to see if I needed help. So I figured out now how to get the portrait on, but then for some reason everything was upside down. Anyway, going back to these gorgeous cards you've created, Dali. Judy, I will set aside a set for you. And here's the last one. And these are just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then my favorite one is this beautiful, and rightfully so, it's called Lady. So just gorgeous colors for autumn. So 6 cards, 6 envelopes. So that is done. So I was saying earlier on the live that I deleted because it was upside down. I was saying earlier that sometimes it's just so nice to go back to basics. You know, just to go back and revisit your stamps and just get out of mixed media for a little bit and go back to how you actually started out. And I started out stamping and playing, and Dali introduced me to mixed media, which obviously you all know that I love. So I've got a few techniques here that I just wanted to show you. This one is new to me. I've never done this technique before. It's not something that I'm going to focus on my cards today, but I did want to give you guys, I'm going to see if I can get my big shot into the camera and show you how I created this 3D dimensional card. Thanks, Jill. And I just wanted to show you, and I saw this technique and I just loved it. Now, so many people have done this technique that I can't say it's one person that I can say I was inspired by. There's just so many. So this is the first technique I'm going to show you. Hi, Janet. That one there. The second technique is almost using darker shadow around your stamp, and then using the sentiments within your stamp within the actual focal point. Okay. And then the next one is just using one color of distress inks and using all your stamps pretty much in your stamp kit. Sometimes we tend to just use a focal point and a sentiment. Here I'm going to tell you how you can just use stamps within the stamp. And then my last one here is multicoloring with Distress Oxides. And I have to say, if any of these cards are familiar to you or they look similar, our wonderful friend Elaine Wheeler, whom Dali and Paul introduced me to, and I've taken classes with her, did this technique when she did my cards for Create and Craft. This was my second release of cards. And I just love what she has done. So this is what I'm kind of basing it on today. So without further ado, let's start with the very first one that we have here. Make sure I've got the right size card here. Yeah, that will work. That will work. And oh, here's another one that I did. This, I'm not showing this today, but it's just to show you different ways how you can again use a sentiment in your card, and how you can use different colors of Distress Oxides. And I'm sure they will work just as well with Distress inks. Now, one of the things I'm going to tell you, yes, they're my stamps, and of course I'm very proud of them. But one of the things about this range of stamps that we have is that they are a distress stamp. So basically what I mean by that is, this is not a stamp where you're going to get a super crisp image. Hi, Terry. It's not where you're going to get a super crisp image with these stamps. Therefore, because they have a distress look to them, when you stamp with Distress Oxides, you've got a distress stamp with a Distress Oxide, which gives it a very distressed look. So this was my second release. It's called Wild Inside All of Us. So we'll be using this one today. This one I used for the embossing folder, my Venture into the Wild. This was kind of like my animal series, and this was for all my US friends, the bison. Be bold and beautiful while the heart nature beckons. And I love this one. Also very popular in the States because of the eagle. Fly high, so free, feel the wind beneath your wings. Happy birthday just for you. And of course, the ever so popular Follow the Stars home stamp and the warmest wishes. Your love always guides me home with the bear. So that's what we're going to be playing with today. But let me see if I can't just quickly show you the technique that I did with my embossing folder. Like I said, I've seen so many people do it. I'm wondering if, oh yeah, I think that would probably work. Just got to be careful I don't knock my light off there, so maybe I'll move it this way a little bit. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I'm going to be using some of these Becky Sidon laser cut feathers on my Fly High So Free card. Okay. Okay, bear with me because I've obviously put my embossing folder somewhere. Wow, today is not working out like I thought it would work out. Hey guys, let's see where it is. If not, we'll jump to another technique and I'll see if I can't find it amongst all my stuff here that I have. It's just one of those days today. What can I say? I'm just all over the place. I think it just threw me off, that whole thing with the camera being upside down. So what you want to do, the first thing you want to do is you want to get your embossing folder. And with the embossing folder, you want to take a distress ink of any color that you like, and you're just going to put it over the white areas. So where the indent is for the tree, you're going to keep that with no color. So the first thing that you're going to do, and you can use any color. What I might do for this is go in with a darker blue, just so that it's easier for you to see how this was created. So all you're going to do is you're just going to tap along here. You can actually wipe down. Again, try and keep this as clean. Look what I did now. Trying to teach you guys techniques and I'm already messing up. There's no right or wrong, as they say, right? So you want to gently tap so you get it in all the areas but the trees. Maybe I shouldn't rush so much. And of course, get yourself good coverage. Actually, if a little bit of this blue went in the trees, it might actually look quite nice. So that's what you want to do. Get yourself a nice blue background. And any areas like me, because you were clumsy, you can just wipe them out. And you're just basically wiping out where the dark bit is. Okay, then what you're going to do is you're going to get your stamp, and I'm using my dear stamp here. And I'm going to be using an archival ink, and then what you can do is just wipe your embossing folder clean. So I think this is archival. Well, it's a VersaFine. Hi, Linda. It's a VersaFine. And all you're going to do is you are just going to come in and you're just going to stamp your deer. And again, remember, these are distress stamps. So your image is not to get a crisp image on these. Okay, and then you're going to take this and then you're going to place it wherever you want on your embossing folder. And there's so many brilliant embossing folders out there. This embossing folder is quite small, but there are bigger embossing folders out there and you can definitely use them. I should probably put a little bit more black ink down, but I didn't, but that's okay. And then you want to press that down firmly into place. And you want to lift that up. Take that off. Bring this back. And then all you're going to do is you are just going to put your paper down in here like so. And you're going to press this down. And then we're just going to put it through the machine. And my plates need replacing, as you can see. Okay. Never used to work with my big shot. Now I tend to work with it quite a bit. Okay, here we go. We'll go over it one more time just to get the edges. And let's see if that's turned out. Well, even if it didn't, I'm not doing it again. You guys get the gist of it. So there you have it. And basically you just get an image that is in the foreground. Now you can leave the trees white, or what you can do is you can come and color them in and enhance them if you want. Hi Peggy. You can enhance them further. So with the one that I did earlier, I actually came in with some, it was walnut stain, and went over the tree area. On this one, because the background is dark and it's like nighttime, I actually like the look of the glistening snow. So that's one technique today, back to basics, but it was actually a new technique for me. You can come in and put down more snow. You can come in and you can enhance some of these lines here for your trees to make them really look like birch trees. So there's lots that you can do with it after the fact. Okay, technique one is down, and that didn't turn out too bad. I'm quite happy with it. And I actually like that dark blue with the white trees opposed to this one, but they're both very nice in my mind. Okay, let's have a look. My laptop doesn't want to play this video for some reason. Okay, doesn't matter. You guys can see me, I can see you. And let's move on to the next technique here. Okay, so what shall we do next? Okay, well, let's do the moose one, shall we? So this was the moose one that I did, and with the moose I just used one color, and it was forest moss, I believe, that I used. And this is what it looks like. And again, it's something that, you know, Elaine Wheeler had done with my stamps, and I just love it. Okay, so I have already cut out a moose, because when I do this, I actually like to have it pop up. So it's popping up, and underneath you can see I've stamped, because what that does, it gives it a really nice shadow underneath that you can see. Thank you, Dali. It gives you a really nice shadow that you can see. So let's create this one. Like I said, I've already cut this out. And on this one, I've used 2 distress inks. And I can tell you which ones I used. I used actually the Distress Ink Black Suit and Faded Jeans. Just the one I just used on the embossing folder. So with this already stamped in 2 colors, and I left this one with a little bit of a white border, and I will show you how I do the 2 colors in a moment. I've got my sentiments here. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go right ahead and I'm going to do my sentiment. And I just love this sentiment. There's a wild in all of us. And of course, then you can come in and you can distress the edges. Now, even though the main image is distressed, your sentiments are not distressed, so they will be crisp and clear. And then that will go onto here. And like I said, you can just distress the outsides of this. But look how gorgeous and crisp that is. That's using Faded Jeans. Okay, in terms of your actual card, what you're going to do is you have your plain moose that's going to be right here, okay? So what you want to do is you want to come in with your moose because you want to create that shadow in the background. So that's your next step. So you can again come in with Faded Jeans. And what you're going to do is you're just looking to get a background. This isn't going to be something that you're using. So I think that's about in the middle. And now you know what I mean by a distressed kind of image. Can you see how it looks a little bit distressed? But how gorgeous is that on its own? Okay, the next step that you're going to do is just come in and just distress around here like you normally would any time that you're making cards. And then you can distress around. Why do I have so many layers? Why do I have so many layers? Okay, let me take this one out of there. I'm just going to distress around these while I have my distress ink out. And that one, I can distress around it, but I'm going to be stamping right on the edge. I'm doing a very, very gentle border on these. Okay, so there you have that. This is this, and this is going to go like this. Now, in terms of this, all you're going to do is with your mousse, you're just going to put some pop. Now you can see I was practicing on the back of this. You're just going to put some pop dots down. I won't put a whole bunch down. You don't want to watch me doing pop dots. Just give you an idea. Probably use a pop dot on his back legs, but so then all you're going to do, now you see this really flat image there, and you're just going to position this so that you have a slight shadow right behind him. So just like that. And already, see, now you can see right behind him, look at that shadow, how gorgeous that dark shadow is. Okay, so that's already popped up, so you've already got some definition there. Now, continuing with my There's a World Inside of Us all stamp. I'm just going to take this off. What I'm going to do is I am going to go and get the trees from the set. And I'm just going to put those down. We're going to move this out the way. And what we're going to do, we're going to start off with the inner piece first. And the way that you want to do this is, for this one, you're going to go in the right direction. Like, for instance, the trees are going to be the right way up. Okay? Let's straighten that out, actually. I think I've been working with mixed media so much I've forgotten how to put my stamps down. So for this one, you're going to keep the trees the same way up, and you only want a little bit of them showing because you want to have some of the background there. So let's just stamp these all the way around. Oh, I really like this faded jeans blue. Oops. Ooh, that one went a little bit off, but that's okay. We can live with that. So now what you have this beautiful tree image right behind the mousse, just like that. Okay? So for the next one, what you're going to do is that you're going to actually do it the opposite way. You're actually going to make the trees upside down, and the way you're going to do them is that you are going to go right along the edge and just slightly off so you don't miss the edge. So just like that. How's everybody doing? Is everybody following along? And you know, I never, until Elaine did it, I never thought to use my stamps upside down to create a different look, but that still matched with the card that I was making. I actually love this border. It actually reminds me of like icicles, blue icicles, so it might be nice to do in a lighter blue. I just missed that edge right there, so I'm just going to come over it just a little bit. I have to be careful with these because I get these on my hands and then I get them on my white cardstock. So again, this is Faded Jeans, Tim Holtz Distress Oxide. And the mousse was done in Faded Jeans Distress Oxide along with a Distress Ink black suit. Okay, that's it. That's as simple as it gets. So now you have this card where you've actually used the stamp, one stamp in a very different way. And then you have this here. And then obviously you can just come around the edges here. But it's a very 3D type card, which I love. And it's funny because when I decided to go back to basics, I forgot how much I actually love Distress Oxides, or the Distress Inks. And there you have it. And you can bling this out, do whatever you want, and just look how gorgeous is that card. But yet it all flows together. So that is one way of using your Distress Oxides and using your stamps. It's a great guy's card, actually. It's actually a very nice wintry card, too. Okay, so there you go. That is one card done. So let's move on to this one. And then I will go through all the different cards that we made together at the end. We can do a comparison. Okay. So for this one, same techniques, except all that we're doing is we're using multiple colors. Thank you, Janet. Just using multiple colors on our card. So let's move this one out the way. All again, Distress Oxides. So for this one, the colors that I've used for this one are Tumbled Glass, Fossilized Amber. Oh no, I lie. I used Speckled Egg. Speckled Egg. That's what I used. And I used Vintage Photo. And you can do these in any color, obviously, that you want. I've already done my bird in the 3 different colors. Now I will show you how I did my bird, because I'll do it on, again, how I like to create that base in the bottom. So normally I would create that base, and that base would be more of just one color to give me a 1 color shadow. But because I want to show you how I get the 3 colors, I will do it in the 3 colors, if that makes sense. So we're just going to put the bird down here. We are going to start off with our first piece of paper here. And then with this, all I did was I took my brown and I kind of brought it around the edges, around his beak area, and specifically kind of around his tail. And then I took my blue speckled egg, and I'm not too fussed about contaminating these because they all work so well together. And a little bit in there. As you can see, I'm kind of tapping it. I'm not smushing it or anything. And then I just brought in my yellow and tapped that in. And again, these are distressing stamps, so it works really well. But that's how I did the eagle here with the 3 different colors. And then I just went around it with the vintage photo again. So once you have that, you can come in and, wow, is this paper too small? No, it's not. And you can just put this right here like this. And there you have it. So that's how you create a kind of multicolored image. And again, this will now go on top of it and you have that beautiful shadow behind it. Now, in terms of my sentiment, I actually use a sentiment from the stamp set. And the sentiment that I'm using is a Fly High one. And the first thing that I did with that was I came in with my fossilized amber. And this one I had to be a little bit careful. Might not get it right. Because you don't want to kind of accidentally place the shadow too high or too low where it looks actually fuzzy. But we'll give it a shot. So then you just want to come in. I'll straighten everything out here. Everything's kind of all over the place. And you just want to bring that in right here like this. Put that down. And then right on top of that, I came in with the vintage photo, Distress Oxide. And I just tried to do it very close to where I had it, but just a little bit off. So let's see if this works. So you can't really see the yellow in there. This one worked a little bit better because you can see the kind of highlights in it. But that's okay, because if you really wanted to, you come in and redo it and shadow it again. Okay, so now we have that. So we've got this piece down. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are just going to distress the sides of this card. And again, I'm not doing like a very big kind of border with the Distress Oxides. It's very, very subtle. I'm just going to do this one while I have it here. And I was going to say at home, take your time, but then I have my friend Peggy who was making fun of me. She goes, you always say that. So I haven't said it now, but I just did, I guess. Right, Peggy? Okay, let's stick the bird down. There's just so many different ways you can use the Distress Oxides. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've played with stamping and Distress Oxides, but I love my stamps. I really do. To be honest with you, I'm in awe of them every time I use them. Especially these animal ones. I don't know why. I just love them. So again, you're going to come and put this in, and what you want to do is you want to do it so there's a slight shadow on the eagle. So you see that slight shadow there? You want to do it so there's a slight shadow. I don't know how well that picks that up. Okay, then for the next one, going back to the same stamp kit, we're gonna go with Happy Birthday. So same stamp kit, and this time with the Happy Birthday, we are going to just use the fossilized amber. And we are just gonna place this one around here. So we can just do one, say, about here. Do another one down here. And then we can do, let's say, one here. That one's a bit wonky. And I think that's about it. I'm okay with 3. Maybe I can put one more somewhere. Maybe I'll do another one. Maybe I'll do one down here like this, just because. Okay, so now you have this like this. And now what you want to do, same stamp set. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull out the stars. And then you can just randomly do these wherever you want. And again, this works with any stamp kits that you have. It's just really just about playing and having fun. I like to be off the page a little bit. Okay. So now we are right here. Okay, so we have our next base done. Now, in terms of the feathers, I used the vintage photo, and I use a vintage photo along here. And then I use a fossilized amber, and that was just very straightforward, just coloring. Now, the feathers are a Becky Cedon. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're laser cut, and each packet comes with a pack of 4. So they're really, really nice, and they've got the little round, I don't know what you would call that, where the feathers hang from. But I'm not going to cut those and put them on, but I will show you quickly how I did color them in. So first I just went in, I just went in and distressed them in this color. I didn't actually do that much to them. Then once I was done with that, oopsie daisy, I used my brown one on my yellow one. How bad was that? Okay. And then I came around the edges. Now some of the little feathers have so much definition in them. And then I just came in with the vintage photo. And I'm going to change my dauber. And if I want to brighten it up, I definitely can. And so you just kind of get this very nice, subtle, blended effect. And then those went right here in the corner. But really, I'm just trying to show you how much you can do with what you kind of have at home in terms of stamps. So there's another sample. This one is using multiple colors to create your card. And that was a sample card, and that's what we've done today. And last but not least, I wanted to show you how you can kind of define your stamps with a really, really nice kind of background color here. So this one is cut out, and it is again got the shadow behind it. Now What I will tell you is I'm not going to cut this out or do anything with it. I'm just going to show you how I kind of got him, the wolf, to kind of have that look inside and then highlighting the outside. And all these techniques, I'm sure you guys have done 100 times, so it's nothing new. But like I said, I just wanted to revisit them. So for this one, what I did was I used Distress Oxide pumice stone. And all I did was I came all over him in the pumice stone. And my distress, some of my distress, I just opened this one, so some of them are really, really juicy. And then you're going to come in with your distressing black soot. I say soot. And you're just going to tap around the edges, but you're going to bring it in a little bit. So you're not just trying to get the outline. What you're trying to do is slightly smudge it in so you get that smudged look. Okay, so it's not just about tapping on the outside like this. You're actually just bringing it in just a little bit like this, just so that you get that kind of really nice blended smudged outline. So you're just going to keep on bringing it in. If you get a little bit too much, don't worry, because you can rub it out. Excuse me. You just want to smudge it in. And you want to just keep doing that all the way around where you're just smudging it in. So here I need to smudge it in a little bit more. But you get the idea. And then all you're going to do is you're going to stamp it. And then again, you're going to cut it out, do a shadow on the back. Boy, everybody's so quiet today. And then you have this gorgeous, gorgeous, look at that image. So he's totally like blended in his outline. And you can see the gorgeous trees and the mountains inside him. I just love these stamps. They're just absolutely gorgeous. And then the last thing that you're going to do, again, different ways of using your whole stamp set, is that I decided to take the follow your dreams. Follow the stars. Follow the stars. And you are going to stamp that within him. So sentiments can be used in many different ways, and I'm hoping today I've given you some ideas of different ways to use your stamps upside down, shadowing, whoopsie daisy, shadowing, image within an image kind of. And I hope you guys enjoyed the embossing technique. Wow! Tell you, my hands are just not cooperating today. And then you can actually put them any way you want. I just chose to put them in here. And there you have it. Follow the stars home. Okay, well, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. On this one, on the border, I actually used from the same stamp set. It's the star. It's a single star. So all the stamp sets, some have like multiple stars together, and some have single. But there you have it. So that is today's back to basics techniques. I'm sure you've seen them all before, but I just wanted to revisit them again. And I will just go through what we did today. So we have this one here, which is go very light in the middle, come around the outside to create a shadow. So you end up with this. And always, always stamping underneath so that you have that shadow underneath your main image. Okay, so that was this one. Then we had this one, doing multicolors. So multicolors with Distress Oxides and using your stamp and your sentiments and doing lots of shadowing. Okay, so that was the other one. And then last but not least is the Mighty Moose. And that's in one color. And then this is about reversing your stamps and using them in different directions to get the same look, but not the same look. And then I did mine in faded jeans. Underneath, again, all the shadowing has been done, so you can see underneath the moose. And you're welcome, Judy. I know it's different from what I normally do, but like I said, I just really wanted to revisit other ways of using your stamps. And again, the stamps that we use today, well, first of all, we had just want to say we had the Becky's Feathers. I'm dropping cards here. Becky's Feathers, which come in a pack of 4. They're laser cut. I think I only have 3 sets of these left, unfortunately. I quite enjoy them. I use them on a lot of projects. And stamps. We didn't use this one, but I've used it a lot. It's very much like the wolf. It's called Guide Me Home stamp by PipART. We have the Follow the Stars Home with the wolf. We have Fly High, Soar Free, Feel the Wind Beneath Your Wings. They're all A6 stamps. They're distress stamps. Nature Beckons. Be Bold and Beautiful, Wild at Heart. Roam Yonder, Venture into the Wild, Birthday Wishes, Dear. And my favorite, There's a Wild Inside All of Us. All the best things are wild and free, especially for you. And look at all the different little stamps that you get with it. So obviously I've not used all of them, but there's trees and stars and lots of little sentiments in all of them so that you can use them universally however you want to. And this is a great Christmas one. Your love always guides me home. So that is that. And then I just wanted to do one more last reminder of our last kit that is Minte. Right now I think we only have 3 more left. Judy, I've got yours set aside. So here we go. I'll save my favorite one till last. And this is 6 cards with 6 envelopes. The last of the Minte cards that we've done, that Dali's done, I should say. I just get to show them and give them to everybody. They're just gorgeous, just really gorgeous. And of course my favorite I'll save for last. So that's it for today's. Again, I had to delete the first little 5 minutes that I did, so you don't get to see my face. It was in that one. But I think I'm getting there technically. Thanks everybody for your help again, Royette and Paul. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. I hope you guys are going to pull out the stamps that you have at home and pull out your Distress Oxides and have some fun with them. And I will see you guys all next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.